are going to make me crash out. And bro, at this point, I am tired of the jealousy, the envy, and the hatred that comes from the NBA media. So we already know John Gabaro. He said, yes, basically the Miami offer was junk. Nowhere, no Jovic. Only one draft pick and the players they know the Suns wanted. Garbage. Miami was never really serious. They just pretend to appease their fan base. My thing about it is, you have Zach Lowe, you have everybody in their mom, Bill Simmons, you have John. They sit up here. Even in the Dame trade, you had Woj. Oh, the Miami Heat, they always trying to fleece. Their package is garbage. Now, I'm going to say this. For the Miami Heat not to land another big move since Kyle Lowry is absolutely ridiculous. I agree with you guys. Don't get me wrong. This front office has failed Jimmy Butler. They failed the Jimmy Butler build. They failed to improve the roster. They failed to get a big next to Bam up until Khalil Ware. There's a lot of things that you can blame the front office about. But I'm not going to sit here and allow the Miami Heat to get slandered all the time when you have the NBA media actively working against the Miami Heat. You have to realize is that the reason why they come out and say that, oh, Ware's trash, Wiggins is trash, nobody likes Jovic, they do that so that the team that the Miami Heat is trying to trade with, now they have pressure on them. Because now they're going to be like, well, damn, Pat Riley's trying to fleece us. We don't want to be on ESPN after the trade knowing that we made a bad trade when it really wasn't that bad. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Why do the Miami Heat have to give up Tyler Herro, Khalil Ware, Jovic, first-round picks? Look, the Suns were hoping to acquire Jabari Smith Jr. as a featured piece in the Kevin Durant trade. In the end, what does it say? The Phoenix Suns folded to the Houston Rockets, who refused to include Smith throughout the negotiation process. Now Smith gets to be mentored by Durant instead of being traded to Phoenix. Why? They allowed the Miami Heat. How come we can't do that? How come we can't keep Ware? How come we can't keep Jovic? Why do we always have to give up fundamental pieces? Dylan Brooks is a throw-in. Dylan Brooks is a throw-in piece. He's another Haywood Highsmith. You're telling me that they traded 1 first-round picks and 5 second-round picks? Bro, they couldn't even trade Jalen Green. The Suns were trying to trade him last offseason. They couldn't even get a first-round pick for him. I just don't understand how y'all don't see this. I'm not saying that we have to have the Miami Heat off the hook. No, they deserve to be cooked. But at the same time, you guys don't see the unfairness. You guys don't see the jealousy, envy, hatred. Like in all these trades, these NBA media people go out of their way to diminish the Miami Heat and their assets. So then when it's time to make the trade, all of a sudden, all of our assets is trash and garbage. And Stephen A. Smith, this is exactly what I'm talking about. He said, even though I know the Suns wanted Tyler Herro and Miami wasn't giving him up, I'm thinking of the possibility Durant with Bam and Herro. Ladies and gentlemen, that's something to contend with in the Eastern Conference. Of course! And this is exactly the foolishness that I'm talking about. Same thing with Dame. Oh, well, we want Bam. What? Why do we have to give up Bam? We're trying to build our team. We're trying to compete. Just because we're making a trade, why do I have to give up the foundational pieces of my team? Why would I give up Tyler Herro and I'm trying to compete in the East? And don't get me wrong, the East is wide open. Halliburton and the Pacers, they ain't not coming back without Hallie. Dame, the Bucks are not going to be able to make it without Dame. They're getting bounced with or without Dame in the first round. The Boston Celtics, they're cooked without Tatum, and they have way too much money. They're going to have to trade Drew Holiday. They're going to have to trade Porzingis. You have the fraudulent 76ers. They can't get anything done. They can have the best roster. They can never win games. Or at least show up when it matters. And you're telling me that we have to trade Tyler, we have to trade Jovic, we have to trade Jaime, we have to trade Spo, we have to trade Pat, we have to trade Mickey Arison, the arena, we have to trade the parking lot, we have to trade the city of Miami, we have to trade the plane. Why? Can somebody please tell me why? And this is y'all saw the report. It said that the Houston Rockets refused to give up Smith, and the Suns folded like a cheap tent. And they were not going to even pressure them about it. Now, this is where I'm going to cook the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat made Nikola Jovic and Khalil Ware untouchable in the trade talks for Kevin Durant and offered only 1 first-round pick. Miami was never really serious. They just pretend to appease their fans. Now, I will say this. Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat, I'm going to fry them. If they don't allow Jovic and Khalil Ware to play freely and get a lot of minutes, and I don't want to see Jovic being benched. I need Jovic to be unleashed. I need Khalil Ware to be unleashed. Because if you're not going to do it, why are we not trading them? You have Eric Spoelstra playing around with their minute. Oh, well, they need to earn it. What are you talking about? Play them. This is the NBA. If you're not going to play them, trade them. I'm tired of crashing out over this Heat team, bro. It is simple basketball. If you're not going to play them, trade them. But stop playing around. We don't have time to wait till they're 25, 26, 27, 28, 30 years old to see what they can and cannot do. We have no time to waste because in trades, you have to give up something to get something, but it has to be within reason. Now I have to listen to Bill Simmons run his no good mouth. I think Miami's a disaster. I'm really dubious how much Miami even wanted KD. I don't think that Miami knows what they really want to do. I think they're a mess. I don't think they have any idea whether they should be trying to be a good in the playoffs or go the other way. Once again, we can cook the front office within reason. But the biggest thing is that you have the media that continues to derail the Miami Heat trade packages. On top of it, I'm not going to say that it's the best. But don't sit up here and you guys don't talk about any other team. The Wolves, they didn't talk about the Spurs. All these other teams that were involved, you never hear them come out. And multiple people at that and slander the Miami Heat. That's all I'm saying, guys. We have to be realistic when it comes to the trades. And I'm not saying that you don't either include Ware or Jovic or whatever. But it's just like what the Houston Rockets told Phoenix. When they asked for Jabari Smith, they told them hell no. Okay, Dylan Brooks is a regular rotational player in the NBA. Those 5 second-round picks, bro, those are fillers. Jay Crowder went for 5 second-round picks. I don't care what anybody says. And they gave up 1 first-round pick and Jalen Green, which when he goes to the Phoenix Suns, you're telling me that Devin Booker, Jalen Green, and Bradley, they are all the same player. They play no defense, and all they could do is shoot and try to score the basketball inefficiently. That's it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. All I'm saying is we have to look at it from both sides. We've been to 3 Eastern Conference Finals, 2 NBA Finals. A lot of things didn't go our way. Yes, we can cook the front office, but we need to look at the bigger picture when it comes to everything at the same time. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you for all the support.